Hello everybody, today back another video. Alright, today's video is going to be about two of my favorites to win US Open. Exactly how the title is saying. Novak Djokovic or Carlos Alcaraz will win US Open. And you are thinking, why do I do this video? I just did a video a couple of days ago when I said and revealed my top 8 favorites. And of course, my number 1 and my 2 favorites are exactly the players that I'm talking about, Carlos and Djokovic. Carlos is on number 1 spot and Djokovic is on my 2nd spot. The reason I'm doing this video is that I am doing this video just to demonstrate that I'm pretty confident that one of these two will win the US Open. Am I sure? No, of course not. This is sport. That's why we need to see the matches. I'm not sure. Of course not. I'm not sure. And the US Open is not. The US Open is the most difficult Grand Slam to predict. At least according to me, but I believe that according to many around the world as well, because we have had the majority of one-hit wonders. They come here to US Open. I can mention several of them: Del Potro, Marin Cilic, Dominic Thiem, Andy Roddick. All 4 of these one-hit wonders have won the US Open. Del Potro has won the US Open 2009. Andy Roddick has won the US Open 2003. Marin Cilic has won the US Open 2014. Dominic Thiem has won the US Open 2020. There we have 4. And neither of these 4 will win ever Grand Slam tournaments again. Two of them are already retired, which is of course Roddick. Many years ago he retired, and Del Potro also is retired. And the third one, Marin Cilic, he's almost retired. He's not retired yet, but he's almost retired. Dominic Thiem, he also is almost retired. So neither of these will win ever Grand Slams, even though the 2 of them is all still playing. But Dominic Thiem is playing his last ever Grand Slam tournament, because we all know that he has announced that Dominic Thiem this 2024 season will be his last one. So these 4 are all one-hit wonders, one-slam wonders. They will never win a second Grand Slam title. And I want to mention another one who is not close to retirement, but I personally don't believe he will ever win a Grand Slam title again. And I have already said this 2 years ago in a podcast, not in my podcast, but another podcast, and those people was laughing to me. Game to Love podcast, they were doing it was in the end of the 2022 season, and they were speaking about the 2022 season, and I said to them that another player I'm talking about is Daniel Medvedev. I said to them, Medvedev will be a one-hit wonder. He will not win a second Grand Slam. And they were telling me, you are kidding, Inter. You are kidding. You cannot be serious. I was serious. Was I super confident in my prediction 2 years ago, 2022, in the end of the 2022? No, I was not super confident, but I'm starting to believe it in my prediction more and more that Daniel Medvedev will not win a second Grand Slam title. And he also has won the US Open. His only Grand Slam title he is at US Open back in 2021. So we have 5 players who are all one-hit wonders, 4 for sure. Let's see about Medvedev if he also becomes a one-hit wonder. All 5 of them have won the US Open. So when players tends to win their first Grand Slam title, and also they tend to become one-hit wonders, it is at the US Open that scenario happens. So US Open is the most difficult Grand Slam tournament to predict, according to me. Medvedev, why I believe he will not win a second Grand Slam title? Because he has played 6 Grand Slam finals. He has lost 5 of them. He has won only one of those 6 Grand Slam finals. 3 Grand Slam finals he has played at the US Open. 3 Grand Slam finals he has played at Australian Open. The mounting for him is just becoming bigger and bigger to climb. He doesn't have only Djokovic to worry about. He has Sinner as well. Not as Sinner. He has defeated Sinner many times, but so he doesn't have troubles against Sinner as much as he has against Alcaraz. Alcaraz is more or less owning him. So he has Sinner to to worry about, he has Alcaraz to worry about, and he has Djokovic to worry about. So if you look at Medvedev's draw, if he survives to the quarterfinal, which is not a certain thing that he will do, I believe he will, but you never know, because he has not had the greatest lead up coming into this US Open. He lost in the first round at Montreal, he lost the first round at Cincinnati, but US Open, best of 5 sets, it is a different story. So I believe he will be more dangerous at US Open than he was at Montreal and Cincinnati. So I believe he will go to that quarterfinal. But nevertheless, if he comes to that quarterfinal, most likely Sinner will wait there. Exactly like the scenario was for Medvedev at Wimbledon a couple of last month. So he defeated Sinner in that Wimbledon quarterfinal, but it was stopped for him. The journey ended for him in the semifinals against Alcaraz. So you could just see Medvedev's road to a Grand Slam title. He needs to defeat Sinner in the quarters. He needs to defeat Alcaraz in the semis. Most likely, if Sinner and Alcaraz goes that deep, which most likely they will do, and then most likely he needs to defeat Djokovic in the final. If Djokovic makes it to that final, which is not a certain thing he will do, but I believe he will. So you can see how difficult it is for Medvedev to win that second Grand Slam title. So Medvedev, of course, he can win his second Grand Slam title. He's not 30 plus years old. He's under 30 years, but it is just becoming harder and harder for him to do. Anyway, why do I believe this US Open will be won by Alcaraz or Djokovic? Because they are the best in the best of 5 sets. Alcaraz we know that Sinner is the player who has won most titles, 5, and Alcaraz has won 3, and Djokovic has won only 1. But when it comes to best of 5 sets, who has won the last 2 Grand Slam titles? Is it Sinner who has done it? No. It is Alcaraz. Alcaraz won the French Open, and some of you maybe say, but Alcaraz didn't have the greatest lead-up coming to that French Open. I don't care about that. Alcaraz didn't have the greatest leads-up, neither of those Grand Slam titles that he has won this year. He didn't have the greatest lead-up coming to the French Open. He had injury problem with his arm. He didn't play Rome. Despite that, he went and won the French Open. He didn't have the greatest lead-up at Wimbledon either. He lost early at Queens against Jack Draper. Despite that, he went and won the Wimbledon. Why? He's a 5-set beast. Period. He's a 5-set beast called Alcaraz. Djokovic, we all know that Djokovic is the greatest tennis player of all time with 24 Grand Slam titles to his name, and he tries to peak on the majors. Yeah, he has not won any Grand Slam title this year, but he's always dangerous in best of 5 sets. He is the most motivated when it comes to the majors. The other tournaments are not motivating him as much. Even Masters actually are not motivating him as much because he has won bloody everything. He just won Olympic gold, that was the only thing that he didn't win in his career. So he has won everything. We have 15 big tournaments in tennis. 15. Djokovic is the only male player who has won all those 15 tennis tournaments. He's the only. Federer has won 12 of them. Nadal has won 12 of them. So both Federer and Nadal have not won 3 big titles in their careers. Djokovic has won all 15 of them. So when the big tournaments arrives, Djokovic, he gets super pumped and he wants to make more history. Like he himself said in his press conference, he said that I want to do more history. He's not playing Grand Slams to go to the second week. He's playing them to win them. And let's face it, how many players are threatening Djokovic? We can count them in one hand. We cannot count them in 2 hands. We can count them in one hand. It is Alcaraz, it is Sinner, maybe Medvedev, maybe. But mostly only Alcaraz and Sinner. That are the players that defeated him at Grand Slams this year. Sinner defeated him at Australian Open semifinals earlier this year. Alcaraz defeated him at Wimbledon last month this year. At French Open, we know that Djokovic never got defeated there. He won 4 matches and then he pulled out due to injury. So Djokovic is not losing against the entire tour. He's losing at majors only against 2 players, Alcaraz, Sinner. So Djokovic will be super dangerous at US Open. The thing that is not in Djokovic's favor I don't know if you guys know this. You probably know it. If you don't, I will mention it. I will mention it here. We have not had a player who has defended the US Open title in 16 years. Last time last time a player defended his US Open title was Roger Federer back in 2008 when he won his 5th consecutive US Open title in 2008. After that, no player has defended a US Open title, which has now been 16 years of time. So that is not a thing that is on Novak's favor. It is extremely difficult to defend the US Open title. At least that has been the case the last 15 years. So that is not in Novak's favor. But Novak still will be one of the 2 players to beat. It is Novak who is one of the 2 players to beat, and of course Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz, I don't care that Carlos lost early at Cincinnati. I don't give a damn about that. It is best of 5 sets, baby. He will be super pumped. He will be super motivated. He knows that he's extremely difficult in defeating best of 5 sets. Or what do you say? When the matches go to the 5th set, he's 12-1. He has won 12 out of 13 matches when the matches has gone to the 5th set. Jannik Sinner doesn't have that great of a best of 5 set record when the matches go to the 5th set. He has won only 6 and lost 9. So I am pretty confident that, because we are getting some sun here now. I don't know if you see, guys, if you see my face. I am pretty confident that one of Djokovic or Alcaraz will win the US Open 2024. Sinner, he has a pretty difficult draw. He needs to defeat Medvedev in the quarters, if Medvedev makes it to that quarterfinal, which I believe he will do, but I'm not super confident that he will, but I believe he will do. Sinner needs to defeat Medvedev in the quarters. Then Sinner needs to defeat Alcaraz in the semis. And then Sinner needs to defeat Djokovic in the finals. Most likely. Most likely. You never know. We can get upset. Djokovic can lose, Alcaraz can lose in the quarters or in the 4th round. You never know. But I don't believe they will. So, Medvedev, he will not win the US Open. Forget him. He will not win the US Open. I will be super shocked if Medvedev goes and win US Open. If Sinner wins the US Open, will I be super shocked? No, I will not be super shocked if Sinner will win the US Open. But I will be a little surprised. I will be honest with you, my tennis fans all around the world. I will be a little surprised if Sinner wins the US Open. I am counting that Djokovic or Alcaraz will win the US Open. One of these 2 will win the US Open. I have picked Alcaraz to win it. I just have tremendous respect for his best of 5 set matches. I have tremendous respect for his all court game. He has such firepower. He's such a complete game. Such a fast player. So if he's on fire, he's really unplayable. If Alcaraz is on fire, he's unplayable. Nobody beats him. So, and Djokovic, of course, he's my number 2 favorite. If Djokovic makes it to that final and faces Alcaraz, it is still hard court. Djokovic is the greatest hard court player of all time with 14 Grand Slam titles on hard courts, 10 on Australian Open, 10 on US Open. So it will not be easy for Alcaraz if he faces Djokovic in that final. And if Alcaraz faces somebody else, if Djokovic doesn't make it to that final, I'm super confident that Alcaraz wins that US Open final. Super confident. I don't care who it is in the final. If not, it is Djokovic. Maybe it will be Zverev. Maybe it will be Zverev. If Djokovic doesn't make it to that US Open final, the other one that I can think about that can make it is Zverev. Nobody else. I just cannot think about somebody else who can make it to the US Open final if Djokovic doesn't make it on the bottom section of the draw, despite Zverev. Besides Zverev, I cannot imagine somebody else make it to that final. I really cannot imagine. So, Djokovic or Alcaraz will win the US Open 2024. I am pretty confident about this. Yes, Sinner can win it also. Absolutely. I will not be shocked if Sinner wins it. For God's sakes, he's after all the world number 1. He's the player who has won the most titles this year. But I just don't trust in Sinner's best of 5 sets. I don't trust in Sinner in best of 5 sets. I just don't do it. That's it. And Sinner has a much harder draw than both Alcaraz and Djokovic. He has it. He has. Let's face it. So I am super confident that Alcaraz or Djokovic will win the US Open 2024. That's why I wanted to make this video. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time. Peace!